Okay, this is a tour of my facilities. Hold on here. This is, part of my library. I actually got twice as many books and so forth in this, but this is going to be just a brief tour. I'm not going to show you everything about my facilities. Let's see. Just some. But some of this stuff I want to keep confidential. Here is one of my offices. That's some of my old LED demo stuff, which you can see that in some of the other videos. This stuff all dates, from back in my CSSL days, and it's let's see, it all dates from my CSSL days, and like I said, you can see this in some of the other videos, but that's all the products we used to put out on the market, which, Nova Strip and Glow, Nova Strip, etc. It's got an LED out in it. That stuff is stuff we used to manufacture back in the day. This is some of the newer stuff, which again you can see in the other videos. It's a GMB that I did, and all this technology, you got to keep in mind, every scrap of LED technology I've ever developed is 100% original. Meaning that I didn't get it off the internet. I didn't, read books on it. I actually have been in this so long, I pioneered things, particularly about basic LED lighting. Like this GMB, for example, is a 24 by 48 grid, but this sign itself, which again you can see operating in some of my other videos, this technology that I have in here is expandable, and this you could actually drive a 1,000 square foot sign with the electronics that I have and the system that I've developed. It's actually meant for really large scale applications. So, for full-on commercial signs, and this are not, LED light strips or anything. These are actual LED display boards, with, actual LED control electronics and drivers that I have developed. And again, I developed this type of technology, all the technologies in LED, completely 100% on my own. Everything has been independent research. Even the science and theory of operation of technology like this are all 100% mine. They're 100% original. All the firmware, all the software is 100% mine. I didn't reference other people's code or all the engineering, electrical engineering on it. Again, all 100% mine, 100% my operational theory put into practice. So, the fact of the matter is that I've been at this for a very long time, going on a good 20 years. So, a lot of this technology that I've developed, and again, I'm not going to show you everything in my videos, some things I want to keep confidential, but, pretty much all the electronics, and so forth, that I developed, been, on my drawing boards for a long time on some of this stuff, for decades. But I did just want to point that out to you, that, that, like I said, this stuff is 100% original. I mean, it's not something I derived off anybody else. It's all my work. There's very little of this technology that I even got out of data books, like an occasional, power supply regulator circuits that I might have glanced at or something, but everything else, it's all my engineering, so it's like I said, this is all 100% mine. Here's my electronic workbench. In fact, I've been in electronics since the late 70s, and computers as well, so that's where all this basically comes from. Here's the remnants, of my, some of the remnants of my lab are, in here. But at any rate, the fact of the matter is, before the fire, I had a chem lab, so I had to put the remaining equipment somewhere. Here's some things like, large-scale printers and vinyl cutters, that I had for my sign company days. Back here, is my kind of machine shop area. So, some small-scale machine tools. Again, I'm not going to show you everything in my shop, but I'm going to show you a lot of it. It's my K2, which I'm working on, and that little board there. This little board here has gone out for some reason. It's a breakout board, so I'm going to replace it with this thing and see if it works. But anyway, the point is that I just wanted to kind of give you a tour of my facility so you can see some of the things I've got to work with and some of the history that I've had. Now this shop, before the fire used to be huge, twice this size of what you're going to see on the videos today. But the point is that I've had to make do after that disaster, from many years ago. In fact, you can still see actually some of the fire remnants and so forth, and some of the damage left over, from that fire, particularly back here. I mean, everything got, kind of smoke damaged back here, but not as bad as other areas in the building. But, and these are some of my, channel letter lighting systems, which, later in the video, I might go into, or in another video. So anyway, some of these products you can see operational in other videos. Like for example, this is an example of our old Distrolight system, for LED channel layer lighting products. It's unlit right now. We were pretty much the first to use diffusive technology in LED back in the day. And in fact, and I'll probably do another video about this, but you can see, a further incarnation of it right there. Those are our Neos effect diffusers, which we actually had a patent worked up for, but when the disasters started happening back in the day, we never finished filing the patent. I had an attorney work it up and everything. It was only like a few $100 from us filing it, but with everything happening, we just never did it. So, and it's unfortunate because some of that technology I just showed you, GE is basically apparently using these days, so they'd be paying me a gob of money had I actually applied for that patent, because we almost certainly would have gotten it. Anyway, I'll take you to the other part of the shop here in a second. Okay, now here's my other shop building. You can see my CNC shop bot there, and some of my work tables, welding and plasma cutting, and some of the general areas that I do most of the real dirty work. Excuse the mess, but I've been rather busy, and it's actually pretty cold right now, so back here. But the fact of the matter is, you'll see again some of these other LED products in the videos, but again, all this stuff's 100% conceived of an original. You got to understand, I didn't have a benefit of app notes and, YouTube videos and all that stuff when I was, you know, doing most of this type of work. You know, that's one of the controllers and so forth. My multi-driver, you'll see in other videos. Vacuum forming machine I built, and you know, for some odds and ends. So, but again, this building, you know, is a big part. You know, it used to be a lot bigger in the old days before the fire, and this was a whole complex. You know, that's some of my powder coating gear, and you know, again, some of the technology you'll see in other videos, digital gas sign, that kind of thing. But again, I'm not showing you everything, you know, relating to LED and so forth. Some of the stuff could still have some potential, I don't know. But anyway, just wanted to kind of, you know, give you a little brief tour of my facilities and some of the tools and so forth that I had to work with. So, appreciate it.